Alrighty guys, so today is the day that we are finally going to be replacing this light fixture here. I know I've been mentioning it for a while, but we are finally going to be doing this. This, for those who don't know, is my old fan that I have taken out of my room. I made a video on that to swap a fan for a Fandelier. I have a Fandelier in here now. And so this room is just getting my old fan. Spoiler alert, this is the fan. This video is a bit shorter, however, and it's only probably going to be like 3 minutes, so I may pause every once in a while and intervene, because while I was talking, I had just woken up. My mom had literally came in my room and said that my dad was ready to take the fan down, and I was like, oh, well, I gotta make a video, and so I was kind of stuttering when I was talking and all of that, so if I need to intervene and explain something, I will, but without further ado, let's go.
I'm going to replace this light with a new unit. Right now it is a light. We are going to turn it into a fan.
Alright, so really quick, I do want to intervene, and this is to just say, I'm not responsible for any flaws you have in this install. I'm not responsible if you break your fan, if you hurt yourself, if you potentially kill yourself. That's not on me. This is just me doing my own work. If you choose to use this as a tutorial video, I mean, go ahead, but again, I am not responsible for any actions you make. You do this at your own risk. That's the bottom line. All right, let's keep going.
This is our new ceiling fan box here we're going to install.
Okay, so what I am trying to say in this next part here is we have swapped the box. So the old box has been taken out. The nails, we just found a way to rip them out. Thankfully we did. It was a bit of a struggle. And then we put in the new box and put up the ceiling fan mount here and screwed it in. That's essentially what I'm trying to say in this next part. But I'll still play the original back for those who want to see it.
Okay, so we've taken the old box and we took the screws, and we have screwed them into the new mounting bracket here, and now we're just gonna go and start wiring it up.
Okay, so as you will soon hear me say, this is the segment of the video where we do up our wires. And well, basically what I said was we are doing the white to white and then the black to black. That's how our installation was. Now, occasionally you may have, and then obviously the ground to ground. I forgot to mention that. Now, sometimes you may have 4 wires coming out of your ceiling fan box. I believe it would be white is your neutral. Typically you need to check how your house is wired. But white is typically your neutral. Black is typically your hot. I believe it's a blue wire is if you have separate light and fan control. In our case, we did not have that because we used our ceiling fan box that was originally in this fan. And then obviously you have either the bare copper or the insulated copper, which is typically, in that case, a green wire that was then done up. Again, I'm not responsible for any flaws you make in your wiring, so you need to check your wiring for yourself. But anyways, let's get to the next segment of the video.
Alright guys, so we just did up our wires. So we did the black to red and the white to white. So the black to red is our hot line, and then our white to white is our neutral line, and then we did our grounds, and then we just put our 3 screws on here to hold the motor up. Now we're gonna go and install the blades.
Alrighty guys, so really quick, I just wanted to say, don't rave at me in the comments just yet about me forgetting to put the housing on the top of the fan. Again, I was tired. I had probably been awake for like 30 minutes when we got to this step, and whatnot. So Alright, sorry about that. Somebody keeps trying to do something. Okay, back to the editing. Essentially, what I'm trying to say here is yes, we mounted the fan wrong, but don't get on to me. We end up fixing it, as you will soon see. Alright, back to the video.
Alrighty, so we have installed each of the blades. We've put the 2 screws onto the actual blade. And we've just done that again for all 5. Then we've put up the light kit, put the 3 screws around, and then screwed in the bulbs. So just notice we didn't put this canopy on. It's supposed to cover up there so you don't see any wires or anything like that. One tip when it comes to installing your fan or really any installation like this is patience is key. So take your time, read your instructions, take things step by step. Okay, so this canopy just pushes straight up and turns, and then you just turn it clockwise until it gets fully tightened, and then we can put the blades back up. That's better. So we are now done. As you can see, we got that canopy on, all the blades. We've screwed in our bulbs now, so now it's time to turn it on and test it. So there we go. Everything works. Okay, so we got the remote control here. Power it on. Alright, that works nicely. Alright, so now that the fan's installed, we're going to mount our remote control. Okay, so we mounted our remote control up high because this is not going to have to be used very often. So that completes our ceiling fan installation in this room. It feels super good especially when you stand right under it. I can tell it's blowing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out more videos, and have a nice day. Farewell.
Farewell, not just yet. So, this is the final product, as you guys just saw. It's controlled by a remote, and I'd like to just say, I'm glad we got this done. Also, a few other words. This is on the day. This is on Monday, so this is actually the day it's coming out. I was hoping to produce it yesterday, which was Sunday, July 12th. And also, I was planning to have this video come out at 6:15 p.m., just like a lot of my other videos have. That's been my time lately and will probably be my time for a while. However, today, that just wasn't the case. I got busy. We were outside playing a soccer game, and so I wasn't in here. And while we were doing that, 6:15 just happens to roll by, and so obviously I wasn't able, and I hadn't scheduled it ahead of time. Man, I should have done that. But anyways, whenever it comes out, it comes out. I'm gonna assume like 7:15. It's currently like 6:55 right now. So by the time I push it into the YouTube system and do all the description and stuff, it'll probably be about 7:15, maybe 7:20. Alright, but anyways, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out more videos. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, feel free to leave those down in the comments below. Alright, for real this time. Farewell.